Hi kids, I'm Brian and we are here as part of the Brain Bank reading series. Today we're going to read a book called Seeds. Seeds? What are seeds? In Korean, you say si or siot. Isn't that interesting? In English, 영어로, we say seed. In Korean, 한국어로, you say see. 너무 재밌어요. 영어로와 한국어 진짜 비슷한데요, right? It's really similar. They're almost the same. Seeds, see. 어떻게 했어요? Well, that's very interesting. Sometimes, 가끔에, you can find similar features of English and Korean. But sometimes, not always, I'm sorry. But, okay. But in this case, seeds and see. Interesting. Let's learn about seeds. Okay? In our book, we have a table of contents. A table of contents. This tells us what topic is on which page. This is the page number. This is the topic. So the first topic, seeds. What page? Page 2. Here, this topic, animals and seeds, right? 동물과 씨. Okay? What page? Page 8. And down here, people and seeds, right? 사람과 씨. People and seeds. What page? 12. 12초, right? Page 12. So we will talk about these different topics on these different pages. Let's begin with seeds. Here we see a lot of pictures and some text. Look at this picture here first. What do you see? Do you know these types of flowers? What kind of flowers are these? Do you know? These are sunflowers. Sunflowers. And this girl, what is she doing? What is this here? This is a pail. What's inside the pail? It's 물, water. Why does she have a water pail? Because she's watering the plants. She's helping them to grow, to be big. Why do we want sunflowers to grow big? Why? Because we eat sunflower seeds. 맛있어요. And they are healthy. They are good for you. So many people eat sunflower seeds. In fact, we eat many kinds of seeds. We eat sunflower seeds. We eat sesame seeds. Where do you find? 어디 찾았어요? Where do you find sesame seeds? Do you know? If you go to McDonald's or Lotteria and you have a hamburger, on the bread, 빵에서, on the top, you can see little seeds. Those are sesame seeds. Some bread, not all bread, but some bread. And pumpkin seeds, 호박씨, right? 호박 seeds. I like pumpkin seeds. They're good, okay? They're tasty. So these are kinds of seeds that are good to eat. Let's read together. A seed is part of a plant's life cycle. Remember, a life cycle is a cycle or circle that shows the time when different things happen. An animal or a plant is born. It grows. It gets bigger. It becomes an adult. It has seeds or babies of its own, and the cycle starts again. That's a life cycle. The seed is part of the life cycle. The seed is the beginning of the life cycle. The beginning. Just like this is the beginning of this book, okay? Seeds come from plants. They come from plants. When they have water and warmth, they can grow into new plants. So seeds need two things. One thing is water. The second thing is warmth. Warmth, where do seeds get warmth? They get it from the sun. The sun will shine and warm the plants. And the plants take the sunlight, right? And they can grow bigger. They need water and they need warmth. Those are two of the things that plants need. They need other things, but those are the two main things. So we have the seed. What is it doing here? This shows part of the life cycle of a plant. Here is a seed. What happens to the seed? It goes and it grows into a small little plant here, a baby plant. We'll talk about that later. And here it becomes an adult plant. Okay? If we make that picture larger, we see the sunflower seeds. It grows into the baby plant, which we call a seedling. 같이 말해요. Seedling. Seedling. So a seedling is like a baby plant. It's just starting to grow. Where is the seed? The seed is under the ground. Then it becomes a plant with flower. It's an adult plant. An adult plant, and it has a flower. Where are the seeds? The seeds are inside the flower, and it starts again. This is the life cycle of a plant. We can see that here, the life of a sunflower. Okay, very interesting. Let's talk about wind and seeds. When we think about seeds, they need water, they need warmth, but they also need space. They need to travel. How do seeds go to another place to make a new plant? How do they do that? Well, let's talk about wind. Wind and seeds. In this picture, what do you see? You see a boy, he's blowing on a flower, a type of plant. And you see these little things here? These are seeds. We'll talk about those very soon. Let's read. Seeds get to new places in many ways. So there are many ways that seeds go and travel to make new plants. Sometimes the wind blows them. So we have the wind, and the wind blows the seeds to different places. Okay? Some seeds have little parachutes to help them float. A parachute, okay, if I jump from a plane, I'm in an airplane, bihengi day, and I go jump, am I crazy? No, I have a parachute. I pull a string and a big piece of cloth stops me. That's a parachute. And I can fly through the air with my parachute. Some seeds have wings. We'll see a picture of that, okay? So that's two ways, or one way that seeds will travel. Did you know that nearly all nuts are seeds? Do you like peanuts? Do you like walnuts? Do you like pecans? Those are all seeds. Walnuts, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts. 맛있어요, right? Especially with chocolate. Okay? Chocolate macadamia nuts are good. But these are all seeds. That's another way that seeds travel. We'll talk about that later. But let's talk about parachutes and wings. Here we see the same picture. The boy, he's blowing on a plant. What kind of plant? What's the name? The name is dandelion. Do you know dandelions? When you go out in the spring and you can see the dandelion, you can pick it and blow the dandelion, all the little seeds fly away. These are like parachutes. They catch the wind and they can fly. It's like having a parachute. And the parachute carries the seeds far away, and they will grow into new dandelions somewhere else. Now, some seeds have wings. Wow, it's really 재밌어요. It's like a butterfly or a bat, right? So seeds also have wings. Did you know that? I didn't know that. That's very interesting. So wind helps the seeds to go to different places. And that's how seeds can travel and make new plants in new places. Okay, well, that brings us to the end of part 1. What will we discover about plants in part 2? I hope you join me in part 2 and we'll learn more about seeds. See you then. Hi kids, how are you? I'm Brian and we are on part 2 of seeds. Seeds, do you remember? See in Korean. So in part 1, we learned about how seeds travel, how seeds move from one place to another. We learned that wind blows the seeds, some seeds, to different places. Some seeds have parachutes, some seeds have wings. Well, that's one way that seeds travel. What's another way? Another way is by birds. Birds and seeds. What do we see here? We see a bird eating some fruit. What's inside the fruit? There are seeds inside the fruit, the berry. Here is another bird, and it's eating the seeds. What will happen to the fruit and the seeds? The birds will eat them, right? And then the birds will fly somewhere else, and they'll go to the bathroom. dung-해요. And that's how the seeds travel. The seeds will be in the dung. Okay? Let's read. Many birds eat seeds. They eat fruit too. This bird is eating seeds. This bird is eating fruit. Often the seeds are inside the fruit. The seeds come out with the bird's droppings, right? dung-해요, right? They go to the bathroom. 화장실 가요. But birds don't use 화장실. They just go anywhere. Sometimes on your shoulder or your head. Oh, 조심해요. Okay? But some of the seeds inside the dung grow into new plants. That's interesting. That's how some seeds travel to other places. They're in the fruit or the birds eat the seeds directly. Did you know about this? What is this here? This looks like chocolate. Chocolate bar. 맛있어요. Do you know where chocolate comes from? The seed of a cacao tree is called a bean. Okay? A bean, and that's where chocolate comes from. People use the beans to make chocolate. So a cacao tree, probably in South America, has beans that grow on it. Do you like beans? Some people like beans. Some people don't like beans. but chocolate is made from a bean that grows on a cacao tree. But if you take the bean, does it taste like chocolate? No, it's very bitter. Soyo, right? So you have to put a lot of sugar in chocolate. So be careful. Don't eat a lot of chocolate. It has a lot of sugar. Okay. Let's see here. The birds, this is another picture here. Birds carry seeds to new places. Okay, he's carrying the seeds in the fruit. And this is a bird eating sunflower seeds. So here again, we have the two pictures of the birds eating the seeds. They will fly to another place, the dongheo, and inside the bird droppings, the seeds might grow into new plants. Interesting. Okay, let's continue. This, by the way, is the cacao tree beans. These are the beans, and this is the cocoa powder that people will make to make chocolate or hot choco. Don't say hot choco, say hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. 맛있어요, right? Especially in the winter. Well, let's continue. Now we heard about birds and seeds. Are birds the only animals that spread seeds by eating them and then later dropping them? No. Animals also will eat seeds. What do we see here? This is a squirrel. And what is the squirrel doing? The squirrel has a nut. Do you remember the squirrel who puts the nuts in its cheeks and gets really big cheeks and then runs home and keeps the nuts in its home for the winter time, right? Well, the squirrel will move the seeds to many different places. Let's read. Animals other than birds, animals other than birds eat seeds too. Birds aren't the only animals. Other animals eat seeds too. They also carry seeds, 같이 가요, right? To new places. Some seeds have little hooks, a hook, like a fish hook. Did you know that? The hooks stick to the animal's fur. Oh, that's very interesting. The hook will catch onto the fur of the animal, and it will stick. Later, the seeds fall to the ground and grow in another place. When you walk in the forest or in a field, when you finish, look at your socks. Your socks might have little round things stuck to your socks or to your pants. Those are seeds, and those seeds have little hooks on them that catch onto your clothes. Can we use that? Is that something that maybe we could use for our lives? Did you know, in 1948, a long time ago, a man saw some seeds stuck to his dog's fur. So he found some seeds on his dog. He took a close look. Oh, very close look. He looked at them very, very closely. The seeds had tiny hooks. He had an idea. Bing! I have an idea. He made tape with little hooks. So he got some tape and he put hooks on the tape. Then he made another piece of tape, but this tape has loops. Okay? A loop is like this. So the tape has loops and the other tape has hooks. Hook, hook. Now, what will happen if you stick the two tapes together? What do you think will happen? Well, the hooks, the two pieces stuck together. The hooks catch onto the loops. The hooks will catch onto the loops. The two pieces stuck together. Do you know what his invention is called? You maybe use it every day. His invention is called Velcro. You know Velcro. You have it on, some people have it on their tennis shoes, right? Your tennis shoes, it makes a sound when you open it up. And you close it and it sticks again. You open it up and you close it again. You use it on your tennis shoes, on your backpack, on your coat to close the front of your coat, or to make the sleeves on your coat tight. We use Velcro a lot, especially in clothing, but also in backpacks and other things. So Velcro is very useful. That's interesting. This man got the idea from nature. Look around. Maybe you will get an idea like this from nature. 재밌어요. Okay. Let's take a look at our friend, the squirrel. The squirrel has a nut. Maybe it's an acorn. Acorns are the seeds of oak trees. Squirrels eat acorns. They store acorns in new places too. So squirrels eat the acorns. They also carry the acorns to new places. Before we talked about the seeds with hooks, look at this. That's very interesting. Of course, this seed is very big. Now, usually seeds are very small. Whew, that looks dangerous. 무서워요, right? But don't worry. These seeds are really very small. But they have hooks. They look very sharp, right? 조심해요. But they're so small, they don't hurt you. They just stick to your clothes and to your dog. Now, animals carry seeds. Birds carry seeds. Squirrels carry seeds. Dogs and animals with fur carry seeds. But what about water? Water also carries seeds. Let's look here. We can see this is the ocean. What kind of seed is this? Do you know what this is? That's a coconut. And inside the coconut is a seed. Some seeds travel to new places in water. Rivers carry seeds. Oceans carry seeds. This is a river or ocean. It's an ocean, right? And it can carry seeds. When the seeds reach land, when they come to land, the new plants begin to grow. They start to grow as new plants. Did you know? What is this here? This is a type of coco de men. The nut of the coco de men palm tree is the biggest seed in the world. It can weigh up to 50 pounds. 50 pounds? That's like 20 kilograms. 20 kilogram. Oh, that's really heavy. And that's the seed, only the seed. Normally, seeds are very small, but the seed of the coco de men palm tree is the biggest seed in the world. It's very heavy. Wow. 재밌어요. Okay. Let's look some more here. We saw this before. Coconuts are seeds. They can float for hundreds of miles, many, many kilometers, hundreds of kilometers. Coconuts can float in the ocean. Here we can see a coconut floating for a long time. It reached the land, and now what's happening? What's this here? It's growing a new coconut tree, a new palm tree. Palm tree is grown from coconuts. So a new palm tree will grow right here from the coconut. That's interesting. Also, mangrove. Mangrove seeds float in water. This is a mangrove tree. When they reach shore, they grow into mangrove trees. Mangrove trees grow in the ocean next to the land. They're very important. They help protect the land from the water moving back and forth. Mangrove trees are very important. So this is how they travel. So we saw many different ways that seeds travel. Birds will eat them and go to another place and make droppings. Animals will carry seeds to other places, and water carries seeds to different places too. So we've reached the end of part 2. Let's find out some more about seeds in part 3. I'll see you in part 3. Goodbye for now. Hi kids! Welcome back to part 3 of seeds. Remember seeds? Si in Korean. Seeds. Seeds grow into new plants. Now, in part 1 and part 2, we talked about how seeds travel. Seeds actually travel to different places. In part 1, we learned that seeds travel with the wind, right? In part 2, we learned that seeds travel with birds, animals, and water. But what about people? Do people travel with seeds? Do people move seeds from one place to another? Sure they do. Let's take a look here. What are these people doing? There's a bunch of children here, and what are they doing? What is this here? They have a tool for digging in the ground, and they have something in their hands they're dropping into the ground. Those things are seeds. So people also move seeds. Let's read together. People spread seeds too. They eat fruit and throw away the seeds. Do you like apples? Of course you like apples. Sometimes you have a whole apple and you eat it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. When you're finished, you have the middle of the apple. What do you do with it? Well, you could throw it in a trash basket, or if you're in nature, you can just throw it in the trees. It's okay. It's not really trash or like 쓰레기 that you have to throw away in a special place. The apples, no problem. Throw it away. The seeds inside the middle might grow into a new tree. So people eat fruit and throw away the seeds. They plant seeds in their gardens. Another way, do you have a garden? Maybe not. It's a little hard to have a garden here. We need a lot of land. But some people do have gardens, and they plant seeds in those gardens. They go to new places and take seeds with them. So if I move from one city to another city, maybe I'll take the seeds from my garden and plant a new garden in the new city. So they take their seeds with them. Did you know peas are seeds? pea, 여기 있어요. pea, do you like peas? peas 좋아요? 맛있어요? A lot of kids, sometimes kids don't like peas, okay? When I was a kid, I didn't like peas, especially cooked peas. But fresh peas, that's okay. They're okay. They are seeds. They grow in a pod. A pod, P-O-D. This is a pod of seeds. You can open it and you see many peas inside. Right? You can eat them up, okay? They're good for you. They are seeds. Here are the children planting seeds, and we can see different seeds in fruit. Before, I talked about the apple. In the middle of the apple are the seeds. Do you eat that? No, don't eat it. Ugh, it's very hard and doesn't taste good. Throw it away. Maybe new apples will grow. An apple tree will grow. Do you like 수박? 수박 맛있어요? Yes, 수박 is great, especially in the summertime. We like 수박. It's very delicious. Watermelon. Watermelon has seeds in them. Do you eat the seeds? Many people go, poof, poof, poof. They spit the seeds out. If you spit the seed on the dirt, maybe it will grow there later on. So people will eat the watermelon and they go, poof, poof, poof. They spit the seeds. Some people eat the seeds. Okay, that's a different way too. And kiwi, are there seeds in the kiwi? Do you see them? Yeah, they're the little black dots, spots here, 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 here. There's many seeds in the kiwi. Do you eat the kiwi seeds? Yes, we eat the kiwi seeds. Do you remember the birds? The birds eat the seeds. They go somewhere else and they 둥해요. They go to the bathroom. Well, same thing with people. A long, long time ago, before we had toilets, people would eat fruit, and then when it's time to go to the bathroom, they go away in the woods, go to the bathroom, and leave. And that is good for the seeds because the dung is very good to grow. It gives the seeds food to grow. So think about that next time you eat fruit. But don't think too much, okay? It's okay. Okay, let's move on. Do you know this person? Do you know this man? Did you hear about him before? He's a famous person in American history. A famous person in American history. His name is Johnny Appleseed. More than 200 years ago, long time ago, there lived a man named John Chapman. His real name, 진짜 이름 is John Chapman. He walked everywhere. He liked to walk. Oh, 좋아요. I like to see new places. And he walked many places. He walked everywhere. And he planted apple seeds. When he walked to a new place, he would plant apple seeds on his trip. Children called him Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed is not his real name. John Chapman is his real name. But Johnny Appleseed is his nickname. Nickname. Okay, so he has a nickname, Johnny Appleseed. Johnny was a little strange, 조금 이상한 사람, because he never wore shoes, right? 구두 없어요. He's walking just in his feet. And that's, that's okay. 200 years ago, not everybody had shoes, but also Johnny did something 조금 더 이상해요. He wore a pot for a hat. Huh? Your mother cooks with a pot, right? She puts water and something inside on the stove. She cooks it. Well, Johnny Appleseed used the pot for his hat. So yeah, he was 조금 이상해요. Anyway, he walked a lot. Many people saw him. They thought he's a little strange, but he planted apple trees in many places. Where did he go? This is a map of America. These are the states where Johnny planted appleseed. State. It's like 경기도, 청원도, or 경북남, I'm sorry, I can't remember all the states in Korea, but they're different states or provinces. Many states in America, for example, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. 200 years ago, most people lived here, most Europeans lived here in America. And Johnny Appleseed traveled a lot. This is a lot for 200 years ago. And everywhere he went, he planted apple seeds. And he made many apple trees. This is Johnny Appleseed. Do you see the pot? The pot is here. The pot is on his head. No shoes. He doesn't have any shoes. And what is this? He has a tool for farming. It's called a rake. A rake. And he's planting apple trees. These are apple trees in the background. So Johnny shared with other people everything he had. He was very generous. He gave things that he had to other people. If he has a lot of food, he will give some to other people. He shares. That's good. Thanks to Johnny's apple seeds, the Midwest is now full of apple trees. The Midwest are the middle states like Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana. There are the middle states between the East Coast and the West Coast of America. Okay? So the Midwest has many apple trees. Thank you, Johnny Appleseed. Thanks to him, thanks to Johnny's apple seeds, there are many apple trees in the Midwest. That's very good. Okay, do you want to do something fun? Do you want to do a good activity? You can grow your name using seeds. What do you need? Okay, by the way, grow your name. How? Do you see this girl here? Do you know her name? Her name is Tia. And look, she grew her name using seeds. She will grow her name and plants will grow in the shape of her name. That's pretty cool. Do you want to do that? Well, you will need mung bean seeds. Mung bean seeds. Ask your mom to help you get some mung bean seeds. You'll need a dish. You'll need some cotton. And you'll need some water. So what are the steps? 어떻게 해요? Let's see. Number 1, first, line the dish with cotton. So take the cotton, like the cotton pads. You can go to a yakuk and get some cotton and put the cotton on the bottom of the dish, all around the dish. Put the cotton there. That's step 1. Step 2, sprinkle water. Sprinkle means 조금. You know, just a little drops here and there. Take the water and sprinkle water on the cotton in the dish. 3, write your name with mung bean seeds. In other words, put the seeds in a line to make your name. And of course, you can use English letters or Hangul. It doesn't matter, right? So you can write your name with mung bean seeds. Just make the shape of the letters for your name in English or in Korean. Great. Step 4, put the dish in a warm place. Keep the dish in a warm place so it's warm. Not too cold, but nice and warm. Keep the cotton damp. Damp means keep putting some water, sprinkle some water on the cotton. Make sure there's some water so the seeds can grow. Finally, watch what happens. What do you think will happen? Well, what will happen is little seedlings will start to grow and they will be in the shape of your name. 와, 너무 재밌어요. That sounds like fun. Let's do that. If you have a chance, if you have time, why don't you give it a try. All right, let's do that. Okay, well, that brings us to the end of chapter 3, or part 3 of seeds. We learned a lot about seeds, how they grow, how they are spread, and we also learned a fun activity that we can make plants grow in the shape of our names. 너무 재밌어요. Okay, I hope you had fun. I sure did. I'll see you next time. Take care.